Hi, I'm Bubba, and this is Emma.
And I'm Kat.
And together, we're Tipsy Marlin Travels.
Come to the sun with me, so I can show you something you've never seen. And both you and I shouldn't be too shy by letting go for once. Come and be free with me.
In April of 2018, we said goodbye to our day jobs and we hit the road full-time in our RV.
We've had a lot of people ask us how we've retired so young and why we chose the RV life.
Well, the boring answer, but the honest one, is that we worked. We worked hard for a lot of years. We both had careers, and we both accrued some kind of pension or retirement that we had to look forward to, and we knew the date that we could draw on those was drawing close.
As a heavy equipment operator for 30 some odd years, and I spent about 5 years driving truck over the road.
I was a police officer for 22 years.
In 2013, my job took me to Denver, Colorado, where I took up running equipment for a company out there for 5 years.
When Bubba's job took him to Denver, it happened quickly, and I ended up having to stay behind in San Diego. I had to finish out another 8 months so that I could hit a certain service date with my job and leave with my full retirement intact and be able to draw it at the earliest possible age.
After getting my job, I rented a home with 3 bedrooms, and all I had was a sleeping bag, a laptop. So, entertaining myself, I started watching YouTube videos of travelers, and I came across one, Chris and G's Travels. I thought that looked pretty fun, so I thought we just might look into doing something like that.
A few months later, when I arrived with our things, Bubba showed me the videos he'd been watching and told me about how the idea of travel intrigued him. I started watching and doing my own research, and I ended up finding Gone with the Winds and started following them. And the more I learned about it and the more I watched how free their lives appeared to be, the more the idea intrigued me as well.
So after living in the house for 2 years and doing a lot of research on full timing, the more we realized that that's something that we really wanted to do.
As Bubba always likes to say, we've got the gypsy in us. We both love to travel. Always have.
So like I said, after 2 years of living in the house, the landlord threw a sneaky wrench on us and said, hey, you got 30 days to get out or buy the place. We weren't going to buy the place because it was way too run down. It needed windows, needed a new roof.
We had looked into renting another house or possibly even buying something, but prices in Denver had skyrocketed and the demand was so high. It was tough to even find anything that was available. And so together we just decided, well, why not start trying the RV lifestyle right now? You know, we figured it would be a good time to give it a shot, and if we didn't like it, we'd always go running back to a house.
After buying the fifth wheel, we had an F-250 pickup we pulled it with a couple of times. It wasn't very fun. A little sketchy. The truck didn't like it, and I didn't like it that much either. This thing weighs a lot, and when you put a full tank of water in it to go boondocking, it weighs even more.
After taking our first trip with the new RV and hauling it with our F-250, we realized right away we needed a different truck. which didn't make us too happy because trucks are so expensive and we really hadn't budgeted for that.
And I surely wasn't going to pay $80,000 for a pickup that would pull this thing, and I did not want an $800 a month payment. So we put our heads together and started looking online and came up with the idea, let's buy a semi. We see them periodically on the road. That way we know that thing would haul it, pull the grades, and we wouldn't have to worry about pushing down the highway.
We were really surprised to find out that buying a used semi was far less expensive than buying a new or even a used pickup. We were able to pay cash for it, and it's a super comfortable way to travel.
So, after making a few modifications to the truck, like changing the hitch out, putting an air ride hitch, making it to where the wiring was matched up with the trailer, we had something that would haul our fifth wheel.
Most people who see our rig ask us if we went overboard and if we kind of have overkill with regard to our truck.
That's what we wanted.
So now we had exactly the trailer we wanted, and we had the truck we wanted. Now we just had to figure out how to get on the road. And we had our original date set, but when we got looking at things and thought, can we bring that date any closer and get on the road any sooner than what we originally planned? We had about enough savings to comfortably live 8 months on the road, but we were still about 1.5 years from our first retirement check coming in. So then we started looking at alternatives. What could we do to make it affordable to get on the road right now? Because we didn't want to wait.
So we began talking about work camp jobs around the United States, just like she said, stretch our money out.
So we ended up finding a work camping opportunity at a big campground in northern Michigan and went ahead and submitted our resumes and applied for the jobs, and we got it. So we're both big NASCAR fans, and one of our kind of bucket list items was to go see the race at Talladega. I mean, that's one of the classic races. And we had the opportunity to do that. So on our trip from Denver to Michigan, we pretty much planned the trip around going to the race at Talladega. But along the way, we saw friends and family and visited some really neat places and just really enjoyed taking our time getting there.
So we quit our jobs, stuck it to the man, and hit the road. We took a month to travel from Denver to Michigan. Our work camping job was a lot of work, and it was 40 hours or more a week. But we got our campsite and hookups for free and got paid for every hour we worked.
Overall, the work camping experience, it was a great opportunity to get on the road earlier than we had imagined and be able to afford to do it. And it also gave us a chance to live like locals in the area and see a part of the country we had never seen before and see some things that I had always really wanted to see.
Then we went to work for the sugar beet harvest in Montana.
Talking to some of the other work campers that we worked with over the summer, they warned us not to go do the sugar beet harvest. They told us it was brutal and hard work and miserable, but I'm glad we went ahead and decided to go ahead and take a chance and go do it because we both really enjoyed it.
We'll do it again next year.
Because of our work camping, we didn't have to use any of our savings while we were on the road. So what that's allowed us to do now is just take time and travel and relax and not have to worry about working for a while.
And go see our kids in San Diego this winter.
We'll do another video on what our work camping experience was like for us. But one of the things that we found was there's just a diverse group of people doing it. Young couples, old retired couples, singles. Some of them are using it strictly as a way to afford to travel, and others use it as a way to supplement their pensions or other income. And I'll put some of the links in the video description of the resources we used to find the jobs that we ended up going to. What we did find, though, is if you want to get on the road, there's a ton of work available. People are always looking for work campers.
Oh, and about that drunken fish we have for a logo, it seemed fun. So with that, we'll say goodbye right here.
And join us on our next video when we say goodbye to Denver. See you later.